Warren Littlefield, what made must-see TV more than the sum of its individual shows?
One network, one night for one decade. I think America gathers around a television set. We want to connect. And we put such a group of programming together on one night where they had to watch. Today, you need the World Series, you need the Oscars, you need something like that to gather everyone together. We just had an incredible lineup and we branded it, and a brand is a promise. We didn't disappoint.
Well, speaking of the World Series, how would you describe your job as president of NBC at the time? I likened it, when I was reading the book, to a baseball manager. You were choosing the players and you were choosing the lineup.
Well, that's absolutely true. What we try and do is listen to the audience. What's the audience telling us? Well, the audience told us when we put repeats of Cheers at 8 o'clock because we were getting killed and we needed it, that maybe there was an appetite for adult comedy. So then I took Mad About You off a Saturday night, moved it to 8 o'clock on Thursday. Lo and behold, no one had ever programmed for young adults in the 8 o'clock time period. But that was the birth of must-see TV. And a little show named Seinfeld also helped out.
Well, how much do you listen to the audience? When I say audience, I mean the focus groups. Because when it came to Seinfeld, it tested very weakly. And according to Moneyball, you go with the numbers, not with your gut. But with Seinfeld, you went with your instinct.
We had to go with our gut. We liked it. Research said overall results, weak. Hated the characters, hated the people. They knew Jerry Seinfeld. They just didn't think the show was very good. We felt differently. Now, we didn't order it right away. We were slow. The research scared us. But at the end of the day, we went with it. Many of our great successes. Cheers was the lowest rated program on all of network television at the end of its first season. Grant Tinker asked us one question: you got anything better? And the answer was no. So we kept with it. Law and Order, 20 years on NBC, started very slowly.
And how do you sell slow starters to your management? So Jack Welch is the CEO of GE, which owned NBC. He's notorious for only wanting his brands to be number one. Now, was he, in back to the baseball analogy, like Larry David when he was playing George Steinbrenner in Seinfeld? Was he brusque? Was he beating on you?
Jack was tough, but fair. Jack's management style, a kick and a hug. Jack loved television, and he would occasionally try and pitch a show. After he saw the movie Wall Street, the original one, he was like, that'd make a show. I was like, no, Jack, no one cares about those people. That's a bad idea. He said, I'm going back to the electrical guys. They listened to me. Jack was a tough boss. You needed to deliver. We needed to make our quarters, deliver profits to GE. But ultimately, he believed you put people in place and let them do their job. Now, if you succeeded, it was a good time to be with GE.
Well, another one of your bosses at GE was Don Ohlmeyer. Now, in the book, he comes off kind of like the Moriarty to your Holmes. You had a lot of difficult conversations with him, but at the end, you thank him in your acknowledgments. Can you explain to me that relationship?
The birthing process can be ugly, and it was tough. You know, I had a tough, strong boss that I had to deal with in Don. But we fought for the things we believed in. Will and Grace was a show that I thought, we're ready. America's ready for a gay guy, a straight girl, their best friends. If we could execute that pilot well, I thought, why not? So Don didn't want to do it. I put together a package where he really had no choice. And that's okay. That's what I did. As part of my job, I had to fight for the things I believed in, take young, talented people, and give them their shot.
And what ultimately caused the end of must-see TV? Was it TiVo? Was it the internet? Or was it Jeff Zucker, who also takes a lot of blame in your book?
Well, all those factors. Technology changes the way we view product. Now, television hasn't gone down in popularity. America watches over 34 hours a week. That's not a habit, that's an addiction. But how they watch it, when they watch it, where they watch it, that's changed dramatically. Nothing lasts forever. Peyton Manning reminded us very recently that nothing lasts forever. Must-see TV, absolute celebration of great product, one network, one night, for one decade. But it was inevitable. There was going to be change. And yes, I think Jeff Zucker accelerated that. When you put The Apprentice Thursday night at 9 o'clock and someone screams, "You're fired," not quite the same as the voice of Jerry Seinfeld.
All right, well, let's stay there. What's the future of the sitcom, and where does TV go from here?
Well, there was great television before must-see TV, and there is great television now. Okay, it's just viewed in a very different manner. So we have more choices. We're in an age of choice. Cable television is going strong. Cable television with Game of Thrones reaches 3 million people in a broadcast. I think it's brilliant. Modern Family reaches over 18 million people. That's network. I think it's also brilliant. We live in an age of choice, and that's great. It makes the viewer have control, and they have the power. This market is
Stock pickers market.
Stocks have
where,
rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to